That immigration line can make even innocent people feel guilty. A group of older Canadian women fly down every month to visit a close friend who is very sick. Last time, an officer asked what they thought about the president. One woman answered honestly, and it was not especially nice. Within seconds, the officer decided she was not being truthful because of her attitude, and all 4 women were refused entry. So today, I'm giving you a simple reflex. After this video, you'll answer immigration questions in 10 seconds without talking yourself into trouble. First question. When they ask, "What's the purpose of your trip?" they are not looking for a story. It is a matching question. They are matching your answer to your entry status. And this is where a super common adult mistake happens. You have the right idea, but one word makes it sound like you might be working or staying longer than you should. Example, you are visiting family, and you say, "I'm staying with my daughter, and I'm helping her with the kids." Or, "I'm going to help my cousin with his business." Or, "I'm here to assist them for a few weeks." You mean it in a normal family way. But the word helping can turn into, "So, are you working?" So keep it matched to your status. Give a clean category: visiting family, tourism, vacation, business meetings. If they want details, they will ask. Your job is to give them a clear label that matches your paperwork. Because what usually triggers extra questions is not that you said something wrong, it is that you made them guess. Next one sounds harmless. How long will you be staying? This is where people accidentally answer with a feeling instead of a plan. In your head, play a tiny game. Do not give them a vibe. Give them a format. 1 number plus 1 time marker. 2 weeks, leaving around March 12th. 5 days, out next Friday. Even if your schedule is flexible, you can still give a solid leaving window without sounding open-ended. What you want to avoid is anything that sounds like you are still deciding whether you might stay longer. Maybe 2 weeks, unless, is basically an invitation for follow-up questions. So train the reflex. Number first, then a leaving point. The moment you switch from maybe to a number, the whole conversation feels easier. When they ask, "Where did you come from?" they are not asking for your layover memories. They are doing a quick computer match. They need the chain of places you passed through to line up with what their screen already shows. So answer in the same rhythm the system reads it. Your true starting point, then any connection in a different country, then your final flight into here. One straightforward sentence. And here is the sounds right but lands wrong moment. A lot of people say, "I came from Paris because that was the last stop." But the system sees the trip started in Atlanta. Now you did not lie, but you just made the officer do extra mental math. Say it the way the database sees it, and the question ends fast. This one feels personal, but it is really just a checkpoint. They want one solid anchor, so it is clear you have step 1 handled, a real place to sleep the first night. So give your first accommodation. The hotel name and city is usually enough. If they press, then you can add the address. But do not volunteer your entire tour schedule like you are pitching a travel vlog. And here is a practical move that saves you at the counter. Do not dig through your inbox while they are staring at you. Before you land, screenshot your hotel confirmation or save the name and address in a phone note. When you are nervous, scrolling turns into a little panic game where you cannot find anything. If you are staying with family or a friend, same idea. Have their name, the neighborhood or city, and a number you can show if asked. Keep it buttoned up and simple. Here is my first stop, and you are done. When they ask, "What do you do for work?" it is not small talk. It is a quick way for them to sanity check 2 things. Do you have a normal tie back to home? And can you realistically afford this trip? So they tend to like answers that sound stable and easy to understand. Your goal is to sound easy to verify. So pick one plain English label and stick to it. If you wear 5 hats, do not bring all 5 to the counter. Choose the one that matches your everyday life and your paperwork. If you are self-employed, that is fine. Just keep it general. I run a small business. I'm a consultant. I'm in marketing. I do accounting. One clear category, no deep dive. And yes, you can say, "I'm a YouTuber." I have said it. It can get a little side-eye sometimes. One time the officer asked what kind of content I make. When I said aviation and travel, he just said, "Cool." That was it. The lesson is not don't say it. The lesson is don't make them curious. Say the label, then stop. If they want details, they will ask. And if you are retired, say it plainly. "I'm retired." that is a normal answer. If they ask a follow-up, you can connect it to the trip in one line. I'm retired here for vacation, leaving March 12th. Neat, grounded, done. This one is sneaky because it makes polite adults overshare. You are trying to be friendly. You give a little laugh, and then you drop a phrase like, "Oh yeah, I come here all the time," or "a bunch of times," or "pretty often." And the second you say that, you just upgraded a yes or no into, "Okay, why so often?" The issue is not that you travel a lot. The issue is that you accidentally turn small talk into a frequency conversation. So keep it boring on purpose. Answer it, give one rough marker, and stop. When I went to London, I just said yes, last time was 2024, and I left it there. Because you do not want, "Have you been here before?" to turn into, "How many times? And what were you doing every time?" This question, "Can you show proof you'll leave?" is not about having a perfect itinerary. It is about two things: your intent to leave and your ability to actually do it. What they like is clean, legitimate proof. If you have a real return ticket, great. If you have an onward ticket to another country, that works too. The point is simple. There is a visible exit plan that matches the time you are allowed to stay. And this is what a lot of people miss. It is not only about the ticket. They are also doing a quick reality check on whether your stay makes sense financially. A 2-week trip with normal funds sounds normal. "I might stay for months, I'll figure it out," is when things start feeling open-ended, because now they are wondering how that is supposed to work. Here is the line to remember. What makes them suspicious is not that you are flexible. It is that you sound like you do not have an endpoint. And one more rule, do not make things up. Only say what you can actually prove. So do not sell uncertainty at the counter. You can have flexible travel, but your answer should not sound open-ended. They do not need perfection. They just need to see you are not vague. Are you traveling alone? Is mostly context. Solo travel is normal. What triggers follow-ups is hesitation, or your answer not matching what you just said. If you are alone, say it. If you are with someone, use a label a stranger instantly understands. My wife, my coworker, my sister. Skip cute stuff like my work husband or my bestie from the group chat, because now they have to decode you. Meeting someone there is fine too. Just name the relationship and keep it moving. Did you pack your own bags? Is a standard safety question. It is not them hinting you did something shady. The trap is how adults answer it. People say, "Yes, obviously," or they add a little complaint. They sound curt, and suddenly the mood turns into an argument that nobody wanted. You can hear the difference right away. If you say, "Yeah, obviously," it sounds annoyed. But if you just say, "Yes, I packed them myself," the question ends instantly. On this one, your tone matters more than your words. Give a calm, neutral answer. If someone helped you pack, say that plainly. The goal is to sound cooperative, not like you are pushing back. Do you have anything to declare? Is the bridge into customs. And a lot of people hear that word declare like it means confess. It does not. Declaring is you telling them what you have so they can decide if it is allowed, limited, or needs a duty. The real headache usually is not the item. It is looking like you tried to hide it. So do not turn yourself into the person who was not honest. If you are unsure, say it and declare it. That is how you avoid the moment where they find something, and now it feels like you were sneaking it in. Rules do change by country, but the usual trouble spots are cash over certain limits, food, alcohol, and anything that looks like it could be for resale. Declare first, let them sort it out, and you keep the conversation easy. Knowing the difference between immigration and customs matters a lot, especially if you do not fly internationally often. Immigration is sizing up you. Customs is sizing up what is in your bag. And before we move on, this is where people get burned. A lot of folks get fined not because they brought something bad, but because they did not declare it. Customs can flip fast. My cousin went to Paris to see his wife. She handed him 2 fancy unopened sausages to bring home. An officer asked about food, and he almost forgot they were in there. Later, he mentioned the sausages like it was nothing, and then he was standing off to the side while they went to pull his luggage. And it is not just they toss it and you move on. If you do not declare food and they find it, fines can get serious. In the United States, it can go up to $10,000. And in places like Australia, Serious cases can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars. So at Customs, do not narrate your life. Answer the way they are listening. Yes or no, then the category. No food. Yes, packaged snacks. No plants. The more you turn it into a story, the more it turns into a bag check. And yeah, there are plenty of other questions an officer might ask you. Some are based on what is in your documents. Some are based on their gut, like, what do you think about the president? The big thing to remember is this. Immigration officers process thousands of travelers every single day. They are looking for obvious red flags and inconsistencies, not trying to trap normal people with gotcha questions. Have you ever gotten a question at immigration that made you freeze for 2 seconds? Drop it in the comments. And hey, do not forget to share and subscribe. See ya!